We know that they're lying to us about the millions of years. We know they're lying to us about evolution. We know they're lying to us about the Big Bang. All this stuff. You know, if they're lying to us about all that, then what else? What else are they lying to us about? Right? Are they lying to us about the actual Earth that we live on? Are they lying to us about space? Are they lying to us about the sun, the moon, the stars? Where does it end? Well, the lies don't end.
Where are the satellites? Apparently we have thousands and thousands of satellites orbiting our Earth. Yet as the ISS goes around and around the Earth, we don't see not a single one. I find it strange you can watch the entire 4 hours of footage and we don't bump into one satellite for us to look at? We don't ever get to see one ever? And you don't see any space debris either. There should be some rocks and some space crap floating around up there, and you don't see any debris. No satellites, no debris, no stars, no nothing. Space is pretty boring, it looks like. And here's something else you don't see. You don't see any airplanes. Out of the thousands and thousands of flights taking place every day, you don't see not one single airplane reflecting some sunlight back at the ISS. Sure, the airplanes are going to be small, but they should be down there reflecting some sunlight, right? That right there is Baja, Mexico. There's a bunch of tourist locations all over Mexico. We should see flights heading back and forth to all the tourist locations there in Mexico. Are you telling me that you can see an airplane from the ground, you can see the ISS from the ground, but when you're on the ISS, you can't see any planes looking down? Now, one thing I notice about these clouds, they don't change, they don't morph, and they don't move. When I'm standing on the ground, I can look up and watch the clouds change, morph, and move. But when you're on the ISS and you look down at the clouds, they don't change, they don't morph, and they don't move. Now, many people were claiming that their country or their entire continent was covered up by clouds in the footage. Now, anyone who went outside that day and saw clear blue sky, a nice sunny day, and then went and looked at the footage and saw that their entire country or their entire continent was covered by clouds, well, that person would know that this footage is a fraud. Many people noticed that this panel had curvature, which closely resembled the curvature of the Earth below. Now the question becomes, was this panel actually curved, or is this just evidence of a fisheye lens? What in the hell is this weird ring? Yeah, that ring just above the text. Many people in the comment section of my last video were asking, what in the hell is that weird ring? I have no idea what that is. I just wanted to point it out. Here's a quick zoom in. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Here's something funny I didn't notice until after I made my last video. You can watch the Earth's curve change. Huh, did you see it right there? Pay close attention, here it comes. So you can see the Earth's curve totally bulge out. Watch for it. Blah. See, it's very slight, the Earth's curve, and then it bulges out and becomes very prominent. So at that point, you gotta ask, what just made the Earth's curve completely change? And here's another example of the Earth's curvature changing. You can see the arc of the curve bulge upward. Funny enough, that panel also bulges upward as well. And when I speed up the footage, it becomes even more noticeable. Watch this. Blip, 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 blibbity, blobbity. The title of this video is NASA and Facebook Tricked You. Now you may be wondering, how did they do that exactly? Well, that's what I'm going to explain now. This footage was broadcast on the Facebook Live feature to millions and millions of people. So my question is, if the footage is old, and NASA says it's old, the BBC says it's old, how did Unilad and Viral USA get to upload old footage into the Facebook Live feature? I don't understand that. You see, I've used the Facebook Live feature many times, and they don't give me an option to upload a video. In fact, you can see the little button right there that says Go Live. They let you type a description, and then when you click that Go Live button, you are live on Facebook. At no time do they give you the opportunity to upload an old video and then call it live. So my question then becomes again, how in the hell did Unilad and Viral USA upload old footage into the Facebook Live feature? The only way this could be possible is if Facebook knowingly let Unilad and Viral USA upload old footage. They would have had to have given them some sort of special privilege, some sort of special ability to make that happen. Why would Facebook do that? Why would Facebook allow two media outlets to trick the public and use a live feature while airing old footage? Why would they do that? Let's be really nice and say half the people who saw that feed figured out that it wasn't live. That still leaves roughly 20 million people who are going to walk away believing that they saw the ISS live in outer space on Facebook. These are people who aren't going to be swayed when you tell them that no, that wasn't live, because they're going to believe they saw it live. So anyone who didn't go back and see that article, or who didn't catch the information that it wasn't live, they're going to go on believing that it was. So it's tactics like this that equate to warfare on your mind, folks. It is literally warfare on your mind. They want to attack what you know. Simply put, they want you to believe in what is not, so that you will never actually know what is.
In the Table Talk of Martin Luther, the great reformer is quoted as having said, "There is talk of a new astrologer who wants to prove that the earth moves and goes round instead of the sky, the sun, the moon, just as if somebody were moving in a carriage or a ship might hold that he was sitting still and at rest while the earth and the trees walked and moved. But that is how things are nowadays. When a man wishes to be clever, he must needs invent something special, and the way he does it, he must needs be the best. The fool wants to turn the whole art of astronomy upside down. However, as Holy Scripture tells us, so did Joshua bid the sun to stand still, and not the earth." In his lectures on the book of Genesis, Luther said, "We Christians must be different from the philosophers in the way we think about the causes of these things. And if some are beyond our comprehension, like those before us concerning the waters above the heavens, We must believe them and admit our lack of knowledge rather than either wickedly deny them or presumptuously interpret them in conformity with our own understanding. The great reformer Jean Calvin, also known as John Calvin, called Copernicus a dreamer who has a spirit of bitterness and contradiction, reprove everything and prevent the order of nature. We will see some who are so deranged, Calvin said, not only in religion, but who in all things reveal their monstrous nature, that they will say that the sun does not move, and that it is the earth which shifts and turns. When we see such minds, we must indeed confess that the devil possesses them, and that God sets them before us as mirrors in order to keep us in his fear. So it is with all who argue out of pure malice, and that happily make a show of their imprudence. When they are told this is hot, they will reply, no, it is plainly cold. When they are shown an object is black, they will say, no, it is white, and vice versa. Just like the man who said that the snow is black, for although it is perceived and known all to be white, yet he clearly wished to contradict the fact. And so it is that they are madmen who try to change the natural order, and even to dazzle eyes and benumb the senses. Do you think Calvin knew how the Freemasons were used by the Jesuits? When they are shown an object as black, they will say it is white.
We're talking about our government here.
No, we're talking about a crime, Bill, pure and simple. Y'all gotta start thinking on a different level, like the CIA does. Now, we're through the looking glass here, people. White is black, and black is white.
Very quickly, Rome jumped upon this new model of the universe, and Jesuits like Christopher Clavius used Copernicus and his work to fabricate the Gregorian calendar, the calendar we all use. Rightly did the prophet Daniel say in chapter 7, verse 23, that during his vision a being standing near him said, "The fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom on the earth, which shall be different from all other kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it into pieces. The 10 horns are 10 kings who shall rise from this kingdom, and another shall rise after them. He shall be different from the first ones, and shall subdue 3 kings. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High, shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and intend to change times and laws."